Hi, Stephen Fortner here at AES 2016 for Gearslutz.com with Roger Cloud, the founder of Cloud Microphones. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, you bet, Stephen. Great to be here.
And you've got a new addition to the CloudLifter family, and if you haven't heard of the CloudLifter before, you really need to. They're little gain boxes that provide up to 25 dB of clean gain to dynamic mics or to ribbon mics. And the way that they do this is they take the phantom power off your preamp or console, they don't pass it to the microphone, and they translate that into gain which allows your preamp to work less hard. And for some situations, this is very desirable, such as if you want more clean gain before feedback in a live sound application.
Absolutely, it works great for that application.
And now we have the new CloudLifter Zi, which works not just with mics, but with high Z instruments, such as basses and guitars. And Roger, I'm going to ask you to tell us a little bit about the features of the Zi.
Sure, the CloudLifter Zi is based on the CloudLifter Zi, and does for high impedance instruments what CloudLifter Zs do for microphones. You can plug your high Z input output instrument into the combo jack here, the Neutrik combo jack, and it goes through a really nice Cinemag transformer and converts and loads your guitar with great.
So you got big iron in this thing.
Absolutely, big iron. It's all about the iron. And that Cinemag transformer converts the high impedance signal to a low impedance signal, which is then input into the preamp section of the CloudLifter and the variable impedance. So you're actually varying the load on the transformer from 150 ohms to 15K. Now keep in mind that the signal has already been converted to low impedance. So you don't need any more range than that, just the normal range that you might expect with a microphone.
It's loading the transformer differently to give you different tonal qualities.
Exactly. You get different tonal qualities out of the transformer and out of your instrument based on the way that you load it with the Z knob. And then you also have the continuously variable high-pass filter, which is tied to the impedance and loads. With the load, you change the frequency of the high-pass filter. So at the extremes, like around 150 ohms, you'll get very deep into the low mids around 200 hertz, and as you go higher in impedance, the frequency of the high-pass filter will lower to be just cutting the subs at the extreme. You have 3 volume positions for the output level.
There's 3 levels of boost right there. Yep.
Right, 3 levels. You have the minimum, more, and maximum. And we label it like that because it interacts with guitars a little differently than, say, a microphone. Mm-hmm. And that brings me to one of the most exciting features about this, is that when you're not using it with a high impedance instrument, you can plug your microphone into it, and it's just like a regular CloudLifter Zi. It'll do everything for your SM7B or your SM58 or any other dynamic or ribbon microphone that you come to expect a CloudLifter to do. One thing I'm very excited about is it has a buffered high impedance output that does not change the sound of your guitar. So
you can go through to an amp at the same time you're going direct into the board.
Exactly. You can split to an amp without tone loss because you're not splitting the load on the guitar. And you can mic your cabinet in the studio and get a DI signal at the same time. Or in a live application for a bass player and acoustic guitar, you can have your staged monitor amp, plus you've got your clean signal direct to the board at the same time. Uses the same Class A discrete gain stage as a normal CloudLifter, and basically is a tool that hopefully people will find a lot of great uses for, and hopefully can solve a lot of problems that people have when they're recording or playing live. We put these new switches in, which are slider switches. They're a little different than the regular CloudLifter Zi. Right, nice and positive. And the knob's a little more recessed, so that if it's on stage, you're not gonna change the settings easily or have to worry about damaging the unit.
And there's also a nice recessed ground lift.
A nice recessed ground lift.
Yep. Kind of buzzkill you want.
Exactly. So, and it's recessed so that it doesn't accidentally get engaged. The ground lift is not particularly useful with microphones, but sometimes we need it with our guitars. So.
Of course. Well, that is the CloudLifter Zi. When is it going to be available, and how much?
We're looking to be available in 2017 at a map price of $399.
$399. CloudLifter Zi, I should have said. You should also be checking out Cloud's ribbon microphones, such as the acclaimed 44A, which Elvis Costello just fell in love with for his Detour solo tour. You'll be able to read about that story on their website soon. For Gearslutz and AES, this is Stephen Fortner with Roger Cloud.
Thanks, guys.